Maumbwa kama huyu Mkamba Oksechi, mbakaji kama huyu Mkamba Oksechi anakuja kwa live yangu. Wewe enda ukakae huko na kinapita Kioi, takataka umbwa wewe. Don't come to my live Bosskhan. Toka hapa na hii takataka inajiita Nelly 122. Toeni hizo matakataka kwa live yangu moderators, umbwa nyinyi.
Hello guys, it's your girl Patience Status. Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit the subscription box and put on the notification bell so that you don't miss any time I post a new video. Remember, I'm the queen of online gossip. So welcome to today's video. Don't forget to give it a like and leave a comment on the comment section.
Mwizi wa baiskeli from my live, kindly. Moderators, kindly block Mwizi wa baiskeli from my live. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. It is 12:47 here in the East Coast. Tapuru kama inawezekana, so that the live can be at least 20k, so that tusirushirishe nje. And I think one of the things I need to make very clear, oh, thank you for those of you who are complimenting me. And Tapuru tufike 20k kama inawezekana. Asante sana. Yeah, planets, we're in the East Coast. Hi Nali and Jerry, how are you? How are you doing? Munanisikia vizuri? Guys, I don't know what is wrong with this ring light. It seems to be making me look lighter. I don't understand why. It's a new ring light. I don't know how to operate it. I guess I'm gonna have to work it out. I'll talk to my kids to look at it and check it out, guys. What happened? Planet, you're no longer moderator. Oh, I'll check out with your nitakuweka mod. Tapuru tufikishe at least 20k. Nowadays when you don't tap a live, it keeps hanging and there are so many issues that come on the live. The reason why I chose to come on video, number one, is because I believe that this platform, there is a lot of people that need a lot of education. Since yesterday, I've been going through a roller coaster of emotions, and there's a lot that is happening on this platform that is quite disturbing. And I do know that there are so many dunderheads in this platform. I do know that there are so many buffoons in this platform, both men and women. But that does not stop us from educating. That does not stop us from creating awareness as required. It's very important for us to continue creating awareness and educating people on the importance of protecting victims, on the importance of understanding what sexual assault and abuse is. Dear TikTok, please protect this live. Trigger warning: if this live is gonna make you upset in any way, shape or form, please do not watch it. Do not stay on this live. I do know that there are survivors of sexual assault. I am asking that if you feel in any way triggered by this conversation, out of respect, you are free to leave. I am going to talk about sexual assault and rape culture. I'm going to talk about victim support. I'm going to be talking about rape culture in Kenya because it's important that I do. So thank you everyone for being here. First of all, I'd like to say, and I'm repeating this categorically so that people might understand. A victim of abuse does not need your scrutiny. A victim of abuse needs your protection and your support. Anytime that you are with a person and they are not willing to be with you intimately, and you choose to violate their will, you are an abuser. It is about the will. Is this person willing? Is this person ready? Is this person saying they want to do whatever advances that you're making? Are they okay? Are they open to you making those advances? When they are willing, then consent has been given. When an individual is not willing to engage with you in any form of physical or emotional kind of thing, it's important for us to understand that at that point, they have not given you consent. Consent must be given. And while consent must be given, consent can also be withdrawn. And consent can be withdrawn anytime. Consent can be withdrawn anytime. It can be withdrawn when you are kissing someone, when they had even already said yes, and you are kissing them and they feel uncomfortable, and they'll tell you, I really don't think this can continue, and they can withdraw their consent. Consent can be withdrawn when you are having sex with someone and you are inside of them. That person can tell you, I really don't want to do this. I really don't feel comfortable with this. And that person can withdraw that consent at that time. And when they say so, and when they are unwilling to continue with whatever act of intimacy you guys are engaging in, they have withdrawn consent. And it is out of respect and understanding that anybody who is engaging with anyone intimately then makes that choice and to stop crossing those boundaries. And consent can be withdrawn verbally. Consent can be withdrawn digitally. Someone can text you. Someone can write you a message and tell you, hey, I really don't like the kind of messages that you are sending me. I don't want you sending me a picture of your penis. I really don't want you sending me a picture of your boobs. At that point, you should respect that. That is withdrawing consent. A lot of people on this platform think that consent is all about being with someone in bed. No, that's not it. Right now we are in the era of kunyonga. Pali watu wanafungua mamboro zao, wanaonesha watu hata bila kuwaambia chochote. Mtu anakupigia video call, anakuonesha mboro yake. Call people on video and showing them mboro yako na hauja waomba ruhusa ya kuonesha mboro yako. Don't go sending people pictures of you or even your body randomly when they have not asked for it. And by the way, it's so important that I speak about consent broadly, because I have been seeing the comments of people, and a lot of you, and sadly mostly is women. So when I talk about consent, and I talk about withdrawal or the willingness of a person to continue with any acts of intimacy, I must also talk about victim blaming, because that is what happened a lot on this platform yesterday. And dear moderators, thank you for a good job that you are doing. If anybody comes on this platform today to write anything stupid, to put emojis za kucheka when I'm talking about a serious issue, block them. Victim blaming and rape culture on Kenyan platforms. Yesterday, we got to experience firsthand how a victim can be manipulated by the perpetrator. When victims came out to speak and talk about their story and explain their experiences, a lot of you came to ask questions like, walijipeleka? Kwa nini unaenda kulewa na mwanaume? Kwa nini ulienda kwa nyumba yake? Kwa nini ulilala mpaka asubuhi? Kwa nini haukupiga kelele? Why did you not scream? There were so many people in the house. I could not have done something like that to you. Bullshit. Abuse can happen in public. Abuse can happen in private. Abuse can happen anywhere. Hata kwa swimming pools. In public. And most of the people who abuse others are people that are known to them. Abuse can happen to you even in your own house where you're married by your own partner, your own boyfriend, your own partner. Anani request game. I hate these gamers. So every time you keep questioning a victim, you are part of the rape culture. Anytime you start questioning the story of a victim, you are actually undermining the authenticity of their experience. You are minimizing, thank you, Noreen. You are minimizing their experience. You want to shape it in what you want. And in that process, you are shutting down a victim. You are discouraging a victim from speaking. And that is why there are many cases of rape and abuse that are not reported. It is because of the attitude of people out here. When you question a victim, when you start asking a victim, si ulisikia utamu? Si ulijipeleka? And this person has told you, I was forced, I was uncomfortable. And then you twist it and you start saying that, oh, uliacha mtoto wapi? Mtoto wako alikuwa wapi? Ati you had a boyfriend and you were crying because of your boyfriend and you were with me. And I'm gonna say this, yesterday what MC Chris was doing, he was trying to dehumanize Beatrice by putting the label of her being malaya. Kwa sababu alikuwa anajaribu kusema ya kwamba alikuwa na boyfriend na bado alikuwa amekuja kwake wakifanya quote unquote threesome. And the language that man was using, the crude language. Ati, si niliwachapa viboko. Niliwachapa viboko Kaya. By the way, ulikuwa umebakanga msichana Kaya. Wacha nikuambie, wewe story yako itakuja tu hapa. By the way, kaa hapo nitakuletea story yako. Oi, umejileta peke yako. Wewe unakumbuka story yako ya ubakaji wewe? Ama unafikiria nimesahau? Nitakufikia. You've decided to finally show your face on my live, eh? So, one thing I'm gonna tell MC Chris is that I'm not in a competition with you. Because in my whole life, I've never competed with rapists. Never. I don't compete with people who abuse women. So please get it off your thick head that I'm in a competition with you. No, I'm not. I'm simply creating a platform where victims can actually come and share their experiences. I'm creating a safe space for victims to come and continue talking about their experiences with sexual assault. And this thing has not just brought victims of MC Chris, it has also brought victims of other TikTokers. Sadly, there are also women who are abusers of other women on this platform. And this is why these conversations are important. Rape culture in Kenya is real. You have no business asking a victim, why were you wearing a short skirt? Why did you go drinking? Why did you go to his house? Those are questions that buffoons ask. Watu wa pumbavu wajinga wenye wana akili wanauliza maswali ya pumbavu. Wana make comments za ujinga. And by the way, I'm completely enraged by women on this platform. Like, women are not women's keepers in this platform. You think that you are immune to sexual assault? You think that it can never happen to you? I even heard another buffoon trying to explain that, oh, women, we have instincts, blah, 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 nyof, 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 pieka, pieka, rida. Who told you instincts can save you from assault? Ati you feel something. You feel, ango? What do you feel? Women have been, wanawake wamebakwa kwa manyumba zao pali wameoleka. Wanawake wamebakwa kwa nyumba wakikaa. Wanawake wamebakwa kwa magari, wakiwa kwa gari wanaenda kazini. Watu wamebakwa kazini, ndani ya kazi, in the offices where they work. Watu wanabakwa kwa dance floor. When they go out, watu wanabakwa kwa dance floors. Na unapata wanawake ambao wanafaa kuwa na akili, wenye ni analyzers kwa platforms, akili zero. Most of these people here need a lot of education on victim support and sexual abuse. Na nimewaomba rudini kwa vitabu kidogo, so that you can learn a thing or two about sexual assault and how to talk about sexual assault and sexual abuse. The person that you should be holding accountable is the perpetrator. It's not the victim. Perpetrators need to be held accountable. Your questions should be on the perpetrator. Why were you removing her clothes? Mtu hapo nilimuona ule mbakaji mwingine maarufu ati anauliza huyo msichana, ati si ulibebwa ukaingia kwa nyumba, si ulijua hiyo ni nyumba, ulijua uliona mpaka kuka. Takataka mbakaji ati ana question a victim. Badala ya kumuuliza mbakaji mwenzake hapo kwa platform, kwa nini ulirarua nguo za huyu mwanamke? Kwa nini ulimrusha kwa kitanda? Mbakaji anageuka kuuliza mwanamke ambaye amedhalilishwa maswali. Unapata mwanamke mkubwa mzima kama Mwakio ati anauliza Beatrice aliacha mtoto wapi? Yani mwanamke mzima, akili zero. Ikawa sasa mnaanza kuuliza her parenting skills, instead of asking the perpetrator on the platform, why did you carry intoxicated women to your house? The conversation suddenly became about the victims. Support for victims is vital. And a lot of people here who do victim blaming and encourage rape culture are people who are not just uneducated, but they are also inexposed. Most of them, they are villagers who perhaps are still in the village, or others have left the village briefly to come into the cities. But they have zero education and knowledge on how and the dynamics of sexual assault and sexual abuse. And I'm going to say this clearly, that a victim, when in the face of the perpetrator, can even say that they were not assaulted, because there is the issue of control. That is how it happens. Because a perpetrator has disempowered you. And anytime you show up and you see a perpetrator, you are vulnerable. And that makes you vulnerable. That makes you want to yield to their power. That makes you want to change your story because you are in the face of your abuser, the person that took and minimized your power. So a lot of you women, mumeni piss off. Wengine wanafungua mpaka lives eti mnataka kudiscuss wanawake, ati hao wanawake wawili nye. Na mwanaume amekuja akasema ati niliwachapa viboko mpaka wakalia. Ati niliwachapa viboko sawasawa mpaka wakalia. Using crude, aggressive, abusive language against women. And women are sitting on that platform clapping. Wamefungua cameras wanacheka. Yesterday I experienced sickness on this platform. Ati mlijibeba mukafika kwa nyumba ya mtu. Unauliza mwanamke ambaye alikuwa intoxicated. And now because we are talking about victim blaming, it's good for us to talk about date rape. Because I see so many of you are not familiar with that concept. A person that is intoxicated, yani mtu ambaye amelewa, is not in a place to give consent. A person that is drunk cannot give consent. It doesn't matter if you go and touch them na unaona hawakufight, they cannot give consent. It's all about their mind being in the right frame to say yes or no. Because it is your mind that dictates your feelings and your willingness. When you are intoxicated, you really can't. And you're not able to make a decision about what is right or wrong. And so there are levels of intoxication, and all of us react to alcohol differently. So this man took women who were drunk to his home. He drove them. It means that he was in a place of power, more power than them. First, he created an environment that made them feel safe. And then, he not only created that environment, but he was very aware of where he was going. Because he went to his home. So he knew what he was doing. He drove them to his home. And after driving them into his home, he drags one of the ladies into his bedroom. And then when one of the girls is in the bedroom, she's not able to be in the bedroom because she's scared. She decides to come and call her friend because she's scared. At that moment, he had already started making advances and she was uncomfortable. And then she calls her friend. And after she calls her friend and they go into the room, she still says that she's uncomfortable. She's in pain. She's crying. He still continues. And she said she wasn't comfortable. And she said that you are forcing me. You are forcing me. Ule mwingine akasema hata ajui vile nguo zake zilitoka. She can't even remember what happened because manguo ziliraruliwa. Akarushwa kwa kitanda, guys. Lakini kuna maumbwa kama huyu Mkamba Oksechi, mbakaji kama huyu Mkamba Oksechi anakuja kwa live yangu. Wewe enda ukakae huko na kinapita Kioi, taka umbwa wewe. Don't come to my live Bosskhan. Toka hapa na hii takataka inajiita Nelly 122. Toeni hizo matakataka kwa live yangu moderators, umbwa nyinyi. You think you can bring rape culture on my live? You can't. Takataka hizi. And then this girl goes to the bathroom. She says she receives a phone call. And she said it categorically that the phone call saved her. And she locks the bathroom door. And then now yesterday, the narcissistic, abusive MC Chris tried to bring a story after she had explained about her locking herself in the bathroom. Guess what he was trying to say? He lies that she was video calling her boyfriend because she was guilty, that she was crying because she was cheating on her boyfriend. Fuck you, MC Chris. When ni umbwa sana MC Chris. Because you wanted to portray her ni kama ni malaya ana cheat on the boyfriend. And then you did that on your platform in public because ulikuwa unataka kumdhalilisha in case ako na boyfriend, huyo boyfriend asikie ukisema hivyo. Imagine a woman that has admitted that she's with someone else and she's dating was willing to come in public and say that she went to somebody's place and was with another man. Imagine that. But people choose not to pay attention to that. They choose to pay attention to the fact that MC Chris was claiming that huyu msichana alikuwa analia ati kwa uchungu kwa sababu alikuwa ana cheat on the boyfriend. Fuck you, man. Honestly, this man makes me sick. Then when it becomes something that he really cannot handle anymore, because we all know very well that it was difficult even for Beatrice to come and talk, because the first thing she said when she came on my platform, and I asked her the first question, did you ever meet MC Chris? She said no. Which is very, very normal with victims. They deny. They do not want to be associated with the act, guys. Most victims don't want to be associated with the sexual assault because they see it as a bad thing. And the labels that come with sexual assault and the victim blaming that comes with sexual assault. That is why victims choose not to even say they were assaulted. And leave alone being assaulted, with the stigma that comes with anal sex in Kenya, in our African traditional society context. Watu wanatumia hiyo jina ya ulikulwa mkundu. So the stigma that comes with kukulwa mkundu, nobody wants to associate with it. So because of all these things, and also the fact that she was in the face of her abuser, she was not safe. And that is why when she was telling her story on my platform, I muted MC Chris. Because usually perpetrators show up in the face of their victims to intimidate them, manipulate them, silence them, make them feel useless and insecure. When a person sexually assaults you, they disempower you. They take away your self-esteem. They make you question yourself. They make you second guess. They make you submit and yield to their power. And it's worse when you have a person that alikuwa amesaidia vikubwa kwa kufanya mchango ya mtoto wako. And he kept on repeating and telling her, kwani sijawahi kukusaidia? Si wewe ni rafiki yangu? Si you are my friend? Si we've met before? Kwani hizo siku zingine mbona sikukubaka? And these are the characteristics of an abuser and a manipulative one. And the fact that he also supports her financially. Because the first thing she said when she came on my platform is that she's afraid she's no longer going to gain support for her baby. So she chose to dissociate herself because she initially denied that she had never met him and go to his place. And this is what I wanted to tell you, that it happens with victims. Victims get scared all the time. Victims change their stories all the time because of intimidation. In fact, I must give it up to Beatrice because I don't know how she managed to gain courage and sit on the same platform with MC Chris, even after he had sexually assaulted her. She tried. Because that man was intimidating, and not just him, he also was on the platform with other men and women that did not protect her. And so the rant went on and on and on and on as we watched, while the perpetrator tried to take center stage. And every time I open my live, like today, just now, yeah, she did try, and I have so much respect for her. And I must give it up to Frida for standing for the truth. And there's one thing that only people who are wise can notice about Frida. And guys, I'm gonna tell you something about that woman because I respect her so badly. If you recount her story, she said that when MC Chris was sexually assaulting Beatrice, she was there and she was crying, and akamwambia anasikia uchungu, akazidi kulia. And at that point, ndiye akamua kupendua MC Chris. Guys, when you wako smart, do you understand that sacrifice that woman did? Watu wenye wako na akili mnaelewa ni nini huyu queen alifanya, huyu Frida? Do you guys see? Because me, I'm looking at this story deeply. Do you guys know why she decided to take charge of MC Chris? Kama mnajua, hebu mniandikie hapo chini kwa nini alifanya hivyo. Kama mnajua. Thank you guys. So imagine guys, there is a woman that was being sexually assaulted, and a woman sacrificed to engage in a sexual act with a man to save another woman. Guys, man, you guys, if that is not selflessness, what else can we say? Imagine she decided kupendua MC Chris. Mnajua nyinyi mnaongelelea tu mate. Mnaongelelea hiyo mate yenye alikuwa ana nini? Alikuwa anasema mate na hiyo mkundu yake ilikuwa inaingizwa mkono. But you guys are not seeing the bigger picture. The bigger picture was that woman decided to take over and take charge to save Beatrice from the pain and agony that she was going through. That is why alimpendua, because she clearly explains that she had to alimpendua, like it was an impromptu move that she had to make. If you guys are looking for the definition of selflessness and sacrifice, I have so much respect for that woman. Because if she didn't do what she did, we would be talking about something different today. And then yesterday, when MC Chris realized that this woman cannot be intimidated, he got angry when she started describing exactly what she did. He got upset because there is a woman that is confronting him. A woman that is confronting him and calling him out. He was so angry, he dropped her from the live. But she still did not relent. When she was brought up, she explained exactly what she did. And it made him completely uncomfortable. One, because he's a person in the closet who does not want to acknowledge that some things he does in the dark are now coming to the light. And two, he started labeling them as lesbians because he knew calling them lesbians in public with this kind of viewership and traffic would put the label of a lesbian on them. So Frida took her power back. She took her power back and put him in his place in front of all his viewers. And guys, I think that one of the things that jana wacheni niwaambie kitu, a lot of you did not pay attention to a lot of details in what MC Chris was saying. If there are any women who are smart here, if you take that video again and pay attention word by word to what he was saying, you can see the face of an aggressive abuser. And his body language was off. Yes, Chipo Mwito. He was completely terrified and scared. And guys, most of the people that are coming out to tell their stories about MC Chris are saying almost exactly the same story about him going kwa bar, analewesha wanawake ama wanawake wenye wamelewa, anawachukua, anawaambia ya kwamba atawadrop kwa manyumba. And then in the middle of the road, ana change direction na akiulizwa, anamwambia, kuna mwingine alimwambia eti, ngoja kwanza guys. Alimwambia eti twende tukapige story kwa nyumba yangu. And also guys, question yourself this. Which man goes to be with two women, wanawake wawili ambao hajawahi kukua nao sexually, na anaenda bila condom? In 2024, ni mwanaume yupi anaenda na wanawake wawili, wachana hata si mmoja, wawili, anaenda kulala na wanawake wawili bila condom? Isn't that scary behavior, guys? Alafu anakuja kusema ati sikulikuwa na watu kwa nyumba. Guys, watu wamebakwa hata kama watu wako kwa dancing floor. Unabakwa na mna dance kwa floor. Those are things that have happened. Watu kukua kwa nyumba is no reason for you not to be abused. Abusers don't care about the environment. They care about power, and they can do it anywhere. People have been abused in very strange places. Wanawake wanabakwa kwa matatu, wanawake wanabakwa kwa matrain, wanawake wanakuwa sexually assaulted hata kwa ndege. Ati watu si walikuwa hapo. And let me tell you something about intoxication and date rape so that you understand. If you go to court, na nimekuambia, wacha niwaambie MC Chris what can happen in this scenario. In the event imefika kotini. Juu nimesikia leo alikuwa anasema mahali, alikuwa anaambia one guy mwenye atakuja kusema story yake hapa eti atampeleka kotini. Hey, TikTok, I'm talking about sexual assault and sexual abuse. You should allow content like mine, please. Do not flag my live. Do not restrict my live. I'm talking about sexual assault. Trigger warning, please. TikTok, protect my live. I'm talking about sexual assault and date rape, please. And rape culture in Kenya. Nimepata hapo ka warning. So, when you are intoxicated and you go to a court setting, because ameanza kutuma mathreats ati anawaambia ati nitawapeleka kotini. Let me tell you what's gonna happen in court, and I would love for you to go to court. Nimekuambia jaribu upeleke Beatrice na Queen Frida kotini. Nataka kukuambia the scenario because you don't understand. First of all, kwanza kabisa utaulizwa maswali mawili tu. Hao wanawake walikuwa wamelewa? Utasema Hawa wanawake uliwapeleka wapi? Niliwapeleka kwangu. Alafu bado walikuwa wamelewa vile ulifika kwako? Ati bado walikuwa wamelewa. Hawa wanawake ni nani alianza kutoa mtu manguo? Ni wewe ulianza kutoa manguo ama wanawake pia walikuwa nakutolea manguo? Ni mimi niliwapeleka kwa bedroom. That's it. That's the case. Kesi sio ati alienda kuona kuka, ati alipika, alikula, ati wakamkia tena asubuhi. Wacheni niwaambie kitu. Mtu ambaye amekubaka anaweza akakubaka usiku, ukose kutoka kwa nyumba, na tena asubuhi akubake tena, na ama alale na wewe asubuhi. It is still very possible. The fact that mtu amekubaka haimaanishi ya kwamba asubuhi yake amwezi mkakuwa pamoja tena. The fact that somebody amekubaka usiku na asubuhi akamka mkalala tena haimaanishi ya kwamba ile kubaka alikubaka nayo sasa timeenda imepotea. No. It doesn't work like that. Mtu anaweza kukubaka, unaona, na bado asubuhi umpikie chakula na ukule. Those are things that happen. Mtu anaweza akakubaka na umuoshe manguo na uende hata kazini na umpikie bado, na tena bado hata umpatie mwili yako hata kama amekubaka before. So hizi maswali zenu mnauliza ati kwanza why did she not report? Guys, a victim can choose not to report a crime, and it's very okay and it's very normal. Hizi ni vitu zinafanyika kila siku. Watu ambao wamedhalilishwa wanaweza amua kunyamaza ama wanaweza amua kuongea, ama wanaweza amua kukataa kabisa na kukataa kuassociate na hiyo issue completely. Victim behavior is never the same. Tunya, moderators block Tunya. Beba patipati zako haraka na utoke kwa live yangu takataka hii. Asante. And listen, for those of you who watch the news, tutarudi tena na mjue na muelewe vizuri vile vitu zinafanyikanga. A lot of you mumewatch news ya R. Kelly, mumewatch news ya P. Diddy. R. Kelly alikuwa ni mtu ambaye ako na pesa na ni mtu ambaye alikuwa ni mwanamuziki maarufu sana. Anytime women came out to talk about their experiences with R. Kelly, Bill Cosby and Puff Daddy, so many of them were dismissed. Walikuwa wanaambiwa hapana, that's not possible, haiwezekani. Huyu mtu hawezi akakubaka. Anakubaka aje? Siwe kwanza ulijipeleka kwa hiyo studio yake, si ulijipeleka kwa hiyo nyumba yake, ulikuwa unampikia hapo kwa hiyo nyumba yake, ati anakubaka aje? Huyu mtu ako na a lot of beautiful women around him, hawezi akataka kukubaka? Hala. And then kwa sababu wengi wenu hamsomi na hamjui vile vitu zinaendelea kotini, mnaongeanga tu hapa kwa platform. Yes, it will catch up with him, chep. And the reason why I'm saying whatever MC Chris has done on this platform with the victims will catch up with him is, I'll give him two examples. MC Chris niwe na kuongelesha mbakaji. There was a time rugby sevens players here, 2 of them walienda wakachukua mwanamke wakampatia pombe. Walikuwa wamelewa na huyu mwanamke, wakawa wamemlewesha, alafu wakampeleka kwa apartment yao wakambaka. This is in Kenya, guys. Wakambaka na yeye hakujua hata amebakwa, by the way. Akamka asubuhi aka feel different, akawauliza guy, na feel different guys, kwani kuna kitu ilifanyika? Wakasema hapana, kuna kitu tulikufanyia. Akaambia rafiki yake akamwambia, nani, unajua nini, twende hospitali. Wakaenda hospitali polepole, kisirisiri huko, alafu sasa ndio reality ikamhit. Akaambiwa vile amepimwa na akaangaliwa, inaonekana ni kama kuna mtu alikuwa amelala na yeye usiku. Akashtuka, akasema sikumbuki. Akaambiwa hata kama hukumbuki ni kwa sababu ulikuwa umelewa, lakini tumekuangalia, tumekupima, lakini inaonekana ya kwamba ulikuwa umebakwa. Alishtuka. And guys, people started talking about this story on social media. People, including us on Facebook, on Twitter, we advocated and put the government on its toes. We needed to know what's going on. And these rugby 7 players, remember, walikuwa na hii pesa. Kwanza, watu walisema hawawezi kuwa wamefanya kitu kama hiyo. Ilisemekana ni watu ambao wanaheshimika kwa society, hawawezi wakafanya kitu kama hiyo. They are respected. They are people who have hold big careers in society. There is no way they can do anything like that. And slowly by slowly, as the stakeholders, the organizations in Kenya decided to come in and support and protect the victim, slowly by slowly, this thing ended up in court. And it is exactly a case like this. Ngojeni kwanza. It took years for the case to be heard in court. I think about 3 or 4 years. And these 2 men were finally sentenced last year, August. Both of those men got 15 years each in jail. What? Walijipiga kifua sana. Walijipiga kifua vile MC Chris anajipiga kifua hapa. In fact, when the case was dragging in court, they used to really show how it's going nowhere. There's nothing that can happen because it's been a long time. In fact, they used to tell her she needs to heal. That ako jealous because they are flourishing in their careers. She wants to destroy their careers. Ako na uchungu na hao. Ati she wants their money. Those are the things they were saying. The same things you people are now saying here. Those are the same narratives you are saying about Diana Ross, that Diana Ross is jealous of MC Chris. I want to destroy his career. Anga this, anga that, anga nyof, anga piek, anga read. I don't know whom MC. I don't care who MC Chris is or what he does. I don't care. So they were sentenced. Now wako jela saizi. So now I know that right now he has this group of thugs around him. Kwa sababu MC Kios na Kioi unajua wanatombana, so and atamprotect. Na hiyo group ya thugs. By the way, did you guys notice something? Have you noticed something? That wale watu wote wenye wanafanya michango kwa hii platform ndio walikuwa wana support MC Chris. Did you notice? Did you notice that the cartels wa michango ndio waligather wakakapo? Na wale wote wenye walikuwa wamewahi kukua accused kwa kubaka wanawake hapa. Na mjue ya kwamba abusers protect each other. Wabakaji wanajipenda. Wabakaji wana protect each other. Mbakaji ata protect mbakaji mwenzake. That is how what they were doing yesterday. Because show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. They chose to protect a perpetrator. They chose not to question a perpetrator. But they were punching on a victim. And then, the funny thing is that yesterday night, everything, I'm loving how the victims are coming out. And I'm telling you guys, victims can come even and talk to me and tell me they are willing to tell their story. And a victim can tell me they can tell their story and then they can change their mind. It's very normal. It happens a lot. It's very normal. It happens a lot. And I will never judge or scrutinize a victim. My purpose is to protect the victims. Create a safe environment for them to feel that their stories need to be heard, their voices need to be heard, their experiences need to be heard. They do not need your judgment or your scrutiny. They need your protection. And a lot of people who are victim blaming here, most of them, their backgrounds are pathetic. Ni watu wenye hawana exposure. Watu wenye hata the last time walisoma gazeti ni 1981. They don't read, they don't understand sexual assault or sexual abuse. And I'll tell you another case. When Mugo Wairibu started a clinic in Eastlands, huko panyalikuwa, like a quack doctor, kaanza clinic, alikuwa hapo ati ana drug wanawake ambao wako na mimba kwa vitongoji duni, alafu anawabaka. Githurai, sorry. Alikuwa pale anawadanganya ya kwamba ni gynecologist na kumbe hata hana cheti ya kukua gynecologist. So wanawake walikuwa wanaenda pale kwa kliniki yake, wakifika anawapatia madawa za kulala alafu anawabaka. Alikuwa anabaka wanawake mpaka kuna wengine alikuwa anawapatia mpaka mimba. Kuna wanawake, thank you Zubi, wenye walikuwa wanaenda pale kwa sababu hawakuwa na hela ya kufika kwa the main hospitals, so they chose to go visit the small clinic in Githurai. So Mugo Wairimu alikuwa anawapatia madawa, wanalala alafu anawabaka. Anawapatia madawa wengi, walikuwa wanawake wengi guys, wenye wanakumbuka hiyo story. So when we started following Mugo Wairimu, yes, he was a cousin to Rais Mutukufu, by the way. That man was powerful. So when we started the movement on Facebook to find Mugo Wairimu, a lot of people said, hey, hamutaweza, ako related to Uhuru Kenyatta, which was true. Walijaribu kila kitu. And when the government was not listening to us as women, me and other, yani sisi wanawake, mimi na wanawake wengine tuli organize protest. Tukaambia serikali na parliamentarians ya kwamba Mugo Wairimu asipokamatwa na asipoletwa mbele, it will not be business as usual. So Mugo Wairimu went into hiding. When the pressure was a lot, akatafutwa na polisi kila mahali na akapatikana Thika. Today Mugo Wairimu ako jela. It took us 2 years, but justice was served. So MC Chris and all other people who keep saying ati vitisho baridi hakuna palimenda, there is a reason why I do my lives, and I want these records here. And I'm so grateful that you also opened your live. There are 2 things you did for us yesterday that was so powerful, and I loved it. Yeah, alipatwa Limuru, guys. There are 2 things you did, MC Chris, yesterday, and I love what you did. 1, you admitted to being with these women and being intimate with them in your house. 2, you admitted to carrying women who are drunk from a pub na kuwapeleka kwa nyumba yako. 3, ukasema uliwacharaza viboko mpaka wakalia. So you made it so easy for us. And 4, Beatrice did a good job. She said it in your face that you forced her, that she was uncomfortable. Uliniforce. So that live really helped us. And I think whoever told you to open that live, I think they're your friends. You need to open more lives. And that's what we're going to be doing. We want you to have a right of reply. Every time when we come out with a victim, we want you to have the right of reply. It is good for you to have the right to reply. So there's nowhere you'll say that haukuona wanawake, haukuwabeba, na uwezi ukasema pia hawakukuwa wamelewa, because wewe mwenyewe ulikuwa unawarudilia. Ulikuwa umelewa? Anakuambia So thank you. And shame on all the women that are supporting MC Chris. Shame on you that are actually giving money and supporting him and gifting him when we are talking about sexual assault. Shame on you. You should be ashamed of yourself. You are pick-me women. Women that support. Savage. Enda uoshe matako yako huko, kwenda huko takataka hii. Unakuja kwa live yangu na followers 5. Moderators, anybody who comes here with 4 followers, 5 followers, block them. Alafu kuna wale wenye the only English they learned on sexual assault issues ni ati did they consent. Takataka hizi. Hiyo tu ndo kizungu moja ati ali consent ama haku consent. Matakataka nyinyi. And that's why I said a lot of you hapa, you need education on sexual assault. Because most of you don't even understand what sexual assault is. You don't. Unaguza mwanamke na amesha kuambia ako very uncomfortable. You still go ahead. Unatoa mwingine manguo unamrusha kwa kitanda. And I say it again, no means no. When someone is unwilling to be with you intimately, they are unwilling, period, and you need to respect that. Yeye mwenyewe alikuwa na nguvu ya kuacha hao wanawake kulala hata kwa kiti ama kwa floor. But he still chose to go and try kuvuruta longi ya black ya bitches. And then the perpetrator, MC Chris, decided to try and be manipulative, kutupima kichwa, to come and tell us. Na hao manani wake, vipande zake za sabuni ya kina wabakaji wenzake. Ati, unajua, kuongea juu ya status ya mtu online is a very serious crime. Kumbafu nyinyi, takataka. So you are trying to be the victim. You are trying to now claim that there is HIV stigma on your case. Because you want to make them feel guilty. Now you want to, all of a sudden, wewe uko na, ati unakuwa stigmatized na HIV, taka. Those people are explaining their story. They're explaining the real thing that happened. And the conversations they had with you as a man who chose to be with two women who were unwilling, and then they felt they needed to protect themselves. Alafu unakuja kujifanya hapa ati sasa ati ati unaongelelea HIV status, taka. When someone says no, respect that. And somebody can say no, or somebody can say yes and say no anytime too. Someone can say yes at minute 1 and say no at minute 6. Na nimekuambia hata kama mboro yako iko ndani ya kuma ya mwanamke ako na hiyo right ya kukuambia no, na unafaa kutoa hiyo mboro yako ndani mara moja. Immediately a woman is unwilling. Hata kama uko karibu kumwaga ndani, unafaa kutoa. Haijalishi. Your feelings don't matter. Your feelings don't matter, my friend. Hiyo kumwaga yako ni shauri yako na watu wa kwenu. Mwanamke akisema sitaki, unafaa kujiondoa. So one of the victims of MC Chris is a guy. I was supposed to come here and have a lady speak, but yesterday I had more time because I was not going to work. Today I have to go to work. So I chose and I spoke to both victims and I asked them if they could all come together, like it would be supportive, it would be nice for both of them to come together because so that we can handle both cases together when I am not at work, because I believe talking about sexual assault and victims should not be rushed just because I want to go to work. I believe that I should create time for them to come and speak properly and tell their stories in the ways that they really want to. And the reason why I need to create proper time for this is because I know the moment they will come here and talk about their experiences, the perpetrator will be opening their life. The perpetrator will be opening their life, and now the victims will be coming back and forth. So even kuua mtu can be justified. This is the only crime. Yes, true, got matata. So So there is a guy that approached me, and I had a conversation with the guy, and he told me details, amenitumia details about everything that happened between nani na yeye. Ameniambia ya kwamba story yake ni ndefu na itahitaji time, and by the way it is true because yesterday we spent almost 4 hours and I'm going to work today. So there is a man, a guy that MC Chris took advantage of. I was supposed to come here with a lady, and we have both agreed after talking on the phone that both of them will come on my live together, and we will all they will both tell their stories. Now my main account is coming on the 25th of this month, but I don't think I should wait for my main account. We will come on this live. I am looking into doing this on Saturday, guys, because I'm not going to work on Saturday. I think that Saturday would be a good time for me to bring both of MC Chris's victims on this platform so that they can speak, because I will not be going to work. So we will begin in the morning, and we will make sure that they have enough time to tell their story. There are victims that do not want to show their faces, but these two are very okay coming with their faces. And as always, I like to prepare MC Chris. Even the time when I was coming to talk to him a bit Beatrice Mudhoni, I prepared him, I told him. And when I did, he got upset, akafungua live akilia. So I'm preparing you for what is coming on Saturday. There are 2 of your victims. One is a man and another is a lady. Yesterday, there is a lady that also came to talk about her experience with MC Chris. I hope all of you, ama kuna wenye walikuwa pale wakaona hiyo live jana usiku. There was another victim, jina yake ni Ashley, alikuja akatuambia story yake na MC Chris. Wenye walikuwa there waliona hiyo story, and she sent us screenshots of messages, and because she allowed us to talk about it, I'm gonna repeat it again. Ya kwamba alimtumia 1550 ya pesa ya taxi, akafika kwake alafu akambaka. Alipomaliza hiyo kazi ya kumbaka na kila kitu, msichana watu alimuuliza na akamuuliza, unajua kile ulichonifanyia ilikuwa mbaya. And that happened. Guys, we are dealing with a serial abuser here. So those of you who, if you missed it Nakuts, I believe it was recorded. Wenye walikuwa ndio wao wana comment hapo. And guys, I'm gonna tell you something. Not all victims will come to me. If a victim comes to you, please waongeleshe tu. Give them that platform. Victims will be coming out and they'll be going to many platforms, any platform that they want. Please welcome them. Mkiona mwanamke yoyote amekuja akisema anataka kusema story yake, guys, akiwa kwa platform yako, allow them akuje. Hiyo ndo itasaidika, kwa sababu it's important that we do so. Support victims 100%. Very important. So when you see a victim, usai most of them wanakuja na masudos. So wakikuja na sudo na mtu akiandika kitu, don't ignore the pseudos that are popping out right now. At the end of the day, the messages that they'll bring to you, you need to verify, scrutinize. So Saturday, I believe, is a good day. I will not be working, and the victims, I have the whole day for them. They will come and tell their stories. So there is also another lady mwenye MC Chris alimtoa V-spot. That was June 2023. huyo pia alimbaka, alinipatia story yake. So we are going to continue creating a safe environment for victims to come out and tell their stories. Let me just put out something here so people can understand. None of you on this platform can bully me enough to silence me. It does not matter what you say, do, or whatever. Ani hata mukiungana nyinyi wote, hata muungane, I will not just protect myself, but I will protect the victims. If we have to work with FIDA to protect these victims, we will do so. Now, by the way, MC Chris, don't try to intimidate anybody. Allow people to tell their stories. You also have a right to tell your story. It's very important that you allow victims to tell their stories. And I'm saying again, a lot of you mnahitaji, yani inaitwaje, education on victim blaming and rape culture. But this is something we must not just stop here. I believe this is a movement that is going to bring out a lot of things that happen within the mchango cartels on TikTok. And I believe it's important that we bring out these issues. So we are going to be highlighting not just the victims and their stories, but we want to make sure that victims are protected back home in Kenya. And apart from that, the reason why I must bring victims on alive is because we want them to know that the perpetrator does atutishi. We are not going to give perpetrator the power. We must show the perpetrator that we are protecting victims. We have to protect the victim, guys. They do not need your scrutiny or your judgment. We need to protect them with all that we have. And in the process of protecting the victim, we are also holding the perpetrators accountable, which is so important. So my inboxes are open for anybody who is a victim of sexual assault from anyone on this platform. By the way, it's not just about MC Chris. Currently, we are talking about MC Chris and the cartel. And also, I'm gonna ask MC Chris if it is possible, kama unajua vizuri ya kwamba you have nothing to do with Njoki, I am going to challenge you to help us and allow Njoki to pursue justice, kwa sababu unasema alibakwa akiwa na miaka 16. Kama Njoki alibakwa na Njoki anajua yule mtu ambaye alimbaka, tafadhali, let us see you help this girl, report that man, give us the name of that man. Njoki, if you are here, I am challenging you to give us the name of that pastor mwenye alikubaka. Ulisema unamjua. Sisi kama wanawake tunataka utupatie jina ya huyo pastor. Tumtafute na tumlete na tumu-expose because alikubaka. We need to know that person. It's very, very important, guys. There's a reason why I've told you that. And I want you to mark what I have told you. Mumenisikia vizuri? Si muko na masikio? Si mnajuanga mimi ninaona mbele? Ama mjuangi naona mbele? Muniwekee masikio hapa niwaambie kitu before nifunge hii live. Munanisikia? Mbakaji wa Njoki anafaa kukuwa exposed. Kwa sababu MC Chris at some point, mkiangalia recording zake, alisema ya kwamba usitaje huyo mtu jina. Usimtaje jina. Alafu ikawa ya kwamba hawa watu wabakaji walikuja wakachukua mtoto, walikidnap mtoto, alafu wakatoka na mtoto, alafu wakarudisha mtoto. Guys, mumeweka masikio ama mjaweka masikio? Can I see your ears, guys? How is it possible for somebody to kidnap your child and go with your child and then bring back your child? Wapi students hapo? Muniambie, mumewahi kuona kidnapper mwenye anaingia kwa nyumba yako, ana kidnap mtoto, alafu anaenda, anaongea na mtoto, alafu tena anarudisha mtoto kwa nyumba? Mumewahi kuona? Have you seen? Watu wenye wako ni students mnajua ni nini naongelelea, si ndio? And then guys, these people recorded the faces of the people who had been following Njoki. Alafu tena mpaka gari na number plate Njoki alikuwa nayo, si ndio? Lakini vile walifika police station, Njoki hakureport mtoto wake kukuwa kidnapped. Vile walifika police station, Njoki hakupatiana number plate ya hizo magari. I hope tunaelewana mpaka hapo, si ndio? Gari ya black na number plate ilikuwa, si ndio? A student, musaidie these students kwa comment section. Njoki sent a message to a friend and said that MC Chris alimshika matiti. Who watched the video ya MC Chris akiwa na Njoki vile Njoki alikuwa huko nyumbani? Nani aliona hiyo video yake ya recording yake? Muliona vile nani alikuwa amemshika? You guys go and look at the video that MC Chris amepost kwa nini yake. Eneni muangalie ni hiyo video, muangalie body language ya MC Chris na muangalie vizuri. Go and check that video guys. Mimi nimewapatia homework. That is all. But one thing I know, my instincts, Diana Ross, are always right. Mark this live and mark this wise. We are going to revisit. Njoki, I'm not judging you. I also support and protect victims. Nimekuambia, an abuser cannot protect you. Wacha nyumba isitumike kukufunga macho. Nyumba, anga tile, anga jikoni, anga TV, anga nyanya isitumike kukufunika macho. Tunataka kujua yule mtu ambaye alibaka mtoto wako, alikubaka ukiwa mtoto. It's very very important. Na by the way, niko na swali before nifunge live yangu. Wadau, huyu Njoki ndiye alikuwa amekwama Lebanon peke yake ama kulikuwa na watu wengine? Kulikuwa na wasichana wengine wa Kenya walikuwa wamekwama huko? Kulikuwa na wengine? Sasa MC Chris alitumia kategori gani kufikia Njoki? Alichagua Njoki aje? How did he arrive on Njoki? Aliamua kusettle on Njoki kivipi? And also I hear that Njoki apparently is from the same village with MC Chris. Is that true? Thank you very much, dear ladies, for coming to my live. I have so much respect for my moderators. Thank you for a good job that you do. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate you. To all the gifters and to all the people who are tapping the screen, thank you. Thank you so much. I am repeating again that victims need protection. Victims need support. They do not need your scrutiny. It's important that all our activities work towards holding perpetrators accountable. Protecting perpetrators is a pick-me and an internal misogynist behavior. It's important for women to support fellow women in the face of sexual abuse. Sexual abuse can happen to anybody. Sexual abuse is not predisposed to a group of people. Sexual abuse can happen to anyone despite their demographics. It doesn't matter your religion, your race, your color, your background. You can be sexually assaulted, and it is our duty as people who are enlightened and as women to protect fellow women in the face of sexual assault. The ignorance that is on this platform is baffling. It is sick, and I do hope that people can take their time and understand that victims need your support. Judging victims, labeling them, dehumanizing them, minimizing their experiences is the reason why we have less and less victims reporting crime. And that is a culture that we must erase. Rape culture is real in Kenya. I do understand patriarchy and misogyny, but we must keep on fighting. We are champions of fighting patriarchy, and it's important that we protect the victims. Any victim who is going to be coming to me, I will protect them with my every fucking being. Do not underestimate the passion I have for sexual assault victims. And by the way, nobody on this platform can intimidate me. Take that to the bank. Take care of yourselves and have a good day. We shall all meet on Saturday and be blessed. Thank you.
So thank you so much for watching the video to the end. Remember to like, share, comment, and if you have not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe and put on the notification bell so that you know every time I post a new video. So guys, thank you. I'm gonna see you on my next video. Bye.